Hello, welcome to my kitchen. Once again, trust you all are doing well. So today I'm here again to share another recipe with you. This recipe, it's very simple yet delicious. I know most of you know how to cook jollof, but this recipe is special. I used just few ingredients for this recipe. Okay, so I came back from church on Sunday and I wanted to cook something. I wanted to cook jollof, but I didn't have all the ingredients for making jollof, so I had to compromise. And here in Germany, supermarkets do not open on Sundays. In fact, Sunday is a resting day, no working. Okay, so I couldn't go out to buy some of the ingredients I needed. I didn't have oil, I didn't have tomatoes, but I looked in my fridge and the things that I have I used to achieve this beautiful jollof rice. So this method is not the usual way of making jollof rice, okay? So it is my own twist. Yeah, stay tuned and see how the outcome will be. I'm using just 5 ingredients for this recipe, including my rice and also my meat, the meat that I'm going to use. I'm using chicken today, and I also count my natural spice as one. So I'm actually recreating this recipe. The first time I tried it, I didn't film it. But this time around, I decided to recreate it and film it. And you know that when you try something for the first time, sometimes it tastes good, but the second time becomes a disaster. But not this jollof rice, okay? This even tastes better than the previous one. So I'm going to start by cooking or steaming my chicken. I used 3 laps of chicken and I cut them into smaller pieces. So now I'm going to slice my onions and add. Then I will blend my natural spice. You already know it's ginger, garlic, onions, and anise. Okay, so I'm just going to blend that and add my seasoning and then water. So the secret to this recipe is that your stock has to be delicious, because that is what you're going to use to cook your rice. Okay, you can use any seasoning of your choice, but make sure that the stock is delicious, it is well seasoned. So I only use half of my blended natural spice. I didn't use all. It was a lot. Even though I said that your stock has to be tasty, it doesn't mean you should load it with so much what is it called, spices, especially the natural ones, because if you use a lot and you don't use the right amount, it is going to taste better or it wouldn't taste good. Okay, so I used about 3 tablespoons of these natural blended spices for the 3 laps of chicken. Then you add your salt and your favorite seasoning to make your stock delicious. Okay, everything has to be in the right amount of proportion. So whilst our meat is on fire cooking, we're going to start with our tomato base, okay? Because we don't want to waste time in the kitchen. This recipe took about 10 minutes to prepare, like to put everything together. It took 10 minutes, okay? So our tomato base, we need just 3 ingredients that if you have oil, you can use. I didn't have oil, so I used margarine, and trust me, it came out so delicious. I'm going to always use margarine because I love it in my jollof rice. So I used margarine, onions, and also tomato paste. So just 3 ingredients for my tomato base. Okay, actually you can eyeball this, but for the sake of people who want the measurement, I actually use 1 ladle of margarine and also 1 small size of onions, and then 100 grams of tomato paste, because the whole pack it's 200 grams, so I use half of it, so it's just 100 grams of tomato paste. And because we are going to use all the stock from the chicken to prepare this recipe, you don't need too much oil, or in my case, margarine. Normally, tomato paste comes with this sauté, so you have to cook it properly to get rid of the sautés. Okay, so I'm going to stir for some time and add water to loosen it up a bit for it to cook well before I use it for my jollof rice. So when you add the water to know whether your tin tomatoes is ready or your tomato paste is cooked, you see oil coming at the surface after some time. Then from here, I'm just going to add pepper. So you can add any amount of pepper to your taste. So finally, our stew is ready and our meat is also ready. Let's proceed. My chicken is ready and I'm going to bake it in the oven. I'm not going to fry it. Like I said, I'm using just margarine for this recipe and I cannot use margarine to fry the chicken. It is actually possible, but then I'm going to require a lot of margarine to do that and I'm not ready to do that. It is even healthier to bake your chicken in an oven. So after that, I'm just going to transfer my tomato base or my stew base into my stock. And that is it, okay? That is what we are going to use to cook our jollof. And just like that, everything is coming together beautifully. So I'm just going to give it a stir and then add my rice. I want to add my rice before I know the amount of water to add to my already stock that I have, okay? So I'm using basmati rice today. You can use any type of rice. Then I'm going to stir. Mind you, I didn't add salt, I didn't add any seasoning cube to my tomato base because already this stock, it's really enriched with all those things. So I'm going to add my water and rice before adding salt to it, okay, just to get the right taste. I just love the color of this rice. Actually, I feel I'm going to be cooking my jollof rice like this most of the time because going through the stress of blending tomatoes, pepper, and all those things is just too much. This is the way to go, guys. No time to waste. So yeah, we are getting somewhere. So I'm just going to stir for some time and then reduce the heat, okay? My readings is from 1 to 9, so I'm going to reduce it to about 4. Yes, and leave it to cook gently on its own. So my chicken is also ready and it's out of the oven. I'm going to add it, so it's just like a one pot kind of food, yeah. So I'm just going to add it so that the taste and everything can infuse into my rice. It is looking good already. It is almost done. So I'm just going to stir for some time and then cover it until it's done cooking. I'm not going to use foil to cover it because this pot actually cooks my jollof perfectly. So don't worry about the fact that I'm not covering it, okay? But then you can decide to cover yours too. So let me know, are you team adding veggies to the jollof rice or you are in my team having salad on the side? In fact, I like both of them actually, but today I'm going to have salad on the side, but then I just sprinkled this green peas on it just to give it color, okay? You know, orange and green, they have something in common. It goes well and the picture will be perfect with that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and see you in my next video. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.